Welcome back to PerspectiveofZ, your favorite generational podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Katrina.
And boy, do we have a lot no, those aren't words. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. This episode is brought to you by caffeine.
Yep, because we're recording this at 8 at night, my time, and 9 at night, Rachel's time.
And I just worked an 8-hour shift. So,
yeah,
I'm running on Red Bull and coffee.
And water.
Stay hydrated, folks. It's good for you.
Also, water check.
Thank you. Did you see the tweet I tweeted? Why are you opening Twitter instead of paying attention? Gosh, Katrina.
Because you asked me to.
We're such great friends.
You just opened your phone too, so I
don't
want
because
to hear your criticism. Alright. What do we have perspectives on today, Rachel?
Oh my gosh, this makes me cringe. The funny thing...
For reference, I was listening to our first episode, for the first time since we recorded it, because I don't listen to it, because I don't edit the podcast, but...
I do.
Who else would edit if I didn't, Rachel?
I don't know, we could send it off to someone. That sounds like a lot of work.
Two teenagers sitting in our bedrooms.
My bedroom? Okay, so, I don't know if you can tell, but there used to be a shelf over there. I had to take it down because I was packing. And, there are boxes along that wall now, and that bookshelf is just filled with boxes because I didn't have anywhere else to put them, and I packed the bookshelf, so I, slid the boxes into the shelves. It's weird. My room is slowly turning into boxes. We move next weekend.
But anyways, as I was saying...
Oh, yeah, right?
I was listening to I don't even know how we got from that to that. So I was listening to our first episode, and we literally we didn't transition at all from, our intro speech, which was way different, by the way.
What was it?
It was, talking about two Gen Zers and their opinions while they take on the world or whatever.
What were we thinking?
I don't know, but I was listening to it, and I was like, wow, we really we grew a lot. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah, no, we have grown a lot. It's kind of crazy. I feel like both of us are just so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
But, I just remember recording the first few episodes, and I was like, I feel really awkward.
Yeah. But now it's just, we've been doing this for 6 months, this episode.
This is the 6-month episode! That's nuts. Happy 6 months.
I'm shook. Happy 6 months.
It's crazy to me how much we have grown just, in our podcast making abilities. And by that I mean our conversation skills. That's what I meant. Wow.
Rachel still struggles with English on a regular basis.
Struggle bus. We are riding the struggle bus.
Do you ever get off the struggle bus?
No. They're like, this is the final stop of the night, and I'm like, can I just sleep here? And they're like, sure, honey.
Alright, what do we have perspectives on today?
There was something I was gonna say, and I don't remember at all what it is. Oh wait, it was the caffeine thing, I already said it.
This is Rachel's brain on caffeine, so...
No, I'm so tired.
Stay tuned.
Honestly, this is a gem of a me. Of a me. It's a me, a Mario! It's a Gen Z. Anyway, Katrina, what's your favorite thing this week?
Can we just wait a second and appreciate what just came out of Rachel's mouth right now?
I was kind of trying to move past that.
I could tell. I just wanted to make sure everybody heard that like I did. Anyways, my favorite thing this week is scheduling, because on Monday I got my scheduling for next year, and it's stressful, but it's also kind of fun because you get to choose. Because for my school, freshmen and sophomores, you had very strict classes that you had to take, and electives you were free to choose from. But when you're going into junior year and senior year, you have a lot more options when it comes to your core classes. And I like having all the options, but I also hate making decisions, so there's that.
Fair. we were supposed to submit our... Oh my gosh, you're gonna be a junior next year, and I'm gonna be a senior.
That's... What?
Anyway, now that my brain is done exploding, we were supposed to turn in our scheduling stuff 2 weeks ago, but we keep having snow days on Wednesday, which is when we have, like, our homeroom, between 2nd and 4th hour, because Wednesdays we have a block scheduling. But we literally all just still have them. So I kind of want to go to my counselor's office and turn it in, because no one else has turned them in. But if you turn it in first, you get first dibs on classes on top of being a senior, which means I automatically get first dibs. Because they do, like, all senior requests before they do junior requests, because juniors have another year to try and get into a class, and seniors don't.
Yeah, that's fair. That's how it is with PE classes, because there's a PE class that only sophomores, juniors, and seniors can take, and it's called Adventure Experience, and that's where you get to do ropes course and rock climbing, and that's what I want to sign up for.
I love rock climbing!
Except it kind of made you twist your ankle. Fracture.
Sprain. Oh, it's hurting right now, honestly. Standing on it for 8 hours was not good. It's currently wrapped. It hasn't been wrapped in a week. The release of this episode will be officially 2 weeks after injuring it. Love that for me.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm excited to sign up for that class, and hopefully I get it, because I need a PE class since I didn't take one this year because I took 2 year-long elective classes, and you need to take 2 semester-long PE classes to graduate, so...
I have to have PE every year. Like, 2 semesters every year.
Oh, well...
So, let's...
That's disgusting.
Yep. I'm planning on taking People PE, which is, like, PE with the special education students. So you don't have to do anything. You just, like, stand there and, like, dribble a basketball with them, or, like, you play catch. It's super laid back and super chill.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Anyways, what's your favorite thing this week, Rachel?
Well, it's not packing all the boxes behind me, because that's boring, and I get stressed, and I'm at the point where it's like, did I misplace this? Did I lose it? Or did I pack it in a box when I, like, can't find something? So that's fun. I think I packed one of the headbands that I like to wear climbing, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's just, annoying. But I'm gonna be sad to take, like, my pre-Louisiana Purchase map down and my China map down. But they'll be going up in the new house. And you know what else is going up in the new house?
What?
The Slytherin pendant you gave me!
Yay!
I'll send you a picture when I finally put it up.
Will you send me a picture when you actually send my present?
Maybe. Okay, to be fair, Leo was a big part of your present.
He is. Have we talked about Leo yet?
I don't think we've talked about Leo. You want to talk about Leo?
Yeah, let's talk about Leo. So, Leo is, the stuffed panda that Rachel got me, but this was after we took the Buzzfeed quiz where I got that I was a panda, and I loved that I was a panda, and so she was like, oh, I have an idea for your Christmas present, even though...
A month late.
Almost 2. Just saying.
No, it was a month because this was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. But, so she was like, okay, check the podcast email also. Podcast email in the description. But she said, check the podcast email, and so I did, and she had made a donation or adopted a panda in my name, or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And because of it, I get a stuffed panda in the mail, and I got it last week?
I think so, yeah.
Last week, and really cute. And, she told me to name it, so I named it Leo, because that is Rachel's astrological sign.
Ah, you're so sweet. Yeah, your Christmas present is gonna turn more into a Valentine's present, because that's probably what I'm gonna get out to the post office to finally send it. Listen, it's just hard for me to... It's hard. Anyway, Struggle Bus. We were talking about my favorite thing for the week.
Yes, we were.
It's flipping the page on the calendar, because I have, like, a 12-month calendar, and mine is a puppies calendar, so every start of a new month, I get to see a cute new puppy, and it's my favorite thing, because y'all know I'm a dog person. Speaking of dogs, I have a dog. Her name is Skye, S-K-Y-E, and you can follow her Instagram at Skye_the_pirate. Again, that's S-K-Y-E for Skye. She was laying on my bed, and she made the cutest face, and it's gonna be up. That post is going up on Monday, so that'll be up the same day this episode is up. So go check it out.
Solid.
She needs more followers. She's desperate. She's sad. She needs to be validated.
Are you talking about her or you, Rachel?
So what's your favorite song this week?
Slick segue.
Thank you. Hey, at least we actually do segues now, for the most part.
Oof. Getting major flashbacks.
It was so cringy. Early episodes, oof. Whatever. Anyway, favorite song.
My favorite song this week is Upside Down by Jack Johnson, and it is from the Curious George movie, and I just found it again, and it's, like, a really chill song, but it's also, like, a bop, and I love it, and it's, like, it brings me childhood flashbacks, and it makes me happy.
I'm not commenting on the fact that that is a Curious George song.
I'm gonna need you to listen to it and tell me that it's not a bop, because it definitely is.
Yeah,
Anyways,
okay.
What's your favorite song this week, Rachel?
So, okay. I made this doc earlier in the week, and I was like, I'm gonna have this all set up for Katrina. I'm gonna be so great. And I did that, and I wrote down that my favorite song was Seven Rings by Ariana Grande, which is an explicit song if you look it up. And that was your song of the week, last week. So it was that, and then, the new AJR song came out, and it is so, so, so good. I have been singing it nonstop.
I know, I've been listening to you sing it nonstop.
It's just so good. So it's 100 Bad Days, and it's, oh my gosh, the chorus is 100 bad days make 100 good stories. 100 good stories make me interesting at parties. And I just think it's the funniest thing on the planet. Also, I don't go to parties.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't get invited to things. But if I did, wouldn't necessarily go to them, which is something that we can use to segue to our YouTube trending.
You don't say you're segueing if you're segueing. We have this discussion every time.
Well, listen. We're just gonna go with it. I don't think our listeners will care that I say that we're segueing, because we say that we're segueing.
What if I care? Do you care what I think? Do you care that I care?
You care. I care that you care.
Aww.
Alright, anyways. The thing that I'm segueing to is, it's a video that's called The Art of Flaking, and it's a Domix video, and I just thought it was kind of interesting because it's talking about, like, people that like to, like, make plans and then cancel them, or, like, make plans and then, like...
not show.
Yeah.
See, part of me wants to be like, those people, but then the other part of me is like, I love it when people cancel plans with me. I'm such an introvert. Like, past Rachel is like, yeah, make plans, it'll be awesome. And then when it gets time for, like, me, Rachel, to actually do it, I'm like, what was I thinking?
Yeah. I definitely feel that, because I like, I usually like hanging out with people. And so I make plans, or I try to make plans, but I don't know my family's schedule that well, because I don't have an easy way to access my family's calendar on my phone. And so it makes it hard for me to schedule things either way, and so it seems like I'm flaking a lot of the time. But I'm not. I just don't know what's going on with my family, and everybody's like, you're flaking, and I'm like, no.
I have a recommendation for you. Google Calendars.
My mom does not like Google.
Okay. A similar app to Google Calendars that isn't Google Calendars, because you know they exist. Also, I'm curious to hear why your mother doesn't like Google. I'm intrigued.
She worked for Microsoft for a long time. And so she doesn't like Apple or Google or anything that isn't Microsoft.
Wait, but isn't...
So,
okay, yeah, that's...
we have Android phones because Microsoft phones were going out of business and you couldn't get any apps for them.
What's the default web browser on Microsoft?
Microsoft Edge.
Interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't work with a lot of apps, like I know it doesn't work with Rabbit, so I use Google Chrome a lot of the time, but yeah.
Fair.
Anyways, we were talking about flaking, and then we changed the subject, like we tend to do.
So when I first thought of the art of flaking, I first thought of dandruff, and I was like, ew, that's gross, why would you put that here? And then I thought of, like, really flaky biscuits, so honestly,
I love biscuits.
Me too.
I'll tell you.
And for any British people or Europeans that are listening, we don't mean your cookies. Those are cookies. Call them cookies. We mean biscuits, like the bready... Oh, they're so good. I love a good biscuit. But I don't like biscuits and gravy.
Me either.
Especially, like, no. I can't do gravy. It's just chunk. I'm not a gravy person. I'm fine with, like, a brown gravy with turkey or something, but I don't do well with, like, a chunky, like, sausage gravy, you know? That was me accidentally throwing my phone. We were talking about flaking. We still are. We're talking about biscuits. It all connects. It's all connected. Is there anything else trending on YouTube?
Yes, there is, and it is a video from The Odd Ones Out, which is another animation channel. I guess animation channels are just spewing out the good topics for teenagers to talk about on their podcasts.
Content?
Yes. Yeah. Anyways,
Deceased.
the video that was trending is about hobbies, and I watched it, and it's talking about how when you're younger, your parents force you into a lot of, like, or most parents force a lot of children into activities like sports or clubs or stuff like that, and how it's important that you...
I was dancing to 100 Bad Days in my head.
Alright. Anyways, they were talking about, he was talking about, how it's a little annoying that they force you into activities like that, but it's also important to know what you're good at and what you're not, because if you don't try anything, then you don't know what you're good at and what you're not.
Yeah, I think that's really accurate.
Yeah, because I wasn't forced into a lot of things when I was younger, because I'm not a very athletic person, and I get winded walking up the stairs. But, like, so I don't have that many experiences with that, but my parents did influence me to try violin, and I'm still doing that, which Rachel forgets a lot of the time.
No, I don't forget anymore.
Because I have rehearsals and it annoys you that I can't talk to you.
Yeah, I get lonely.
I'm sorry. That's how I feel when you're at work, Rachel.
Yeah, but I'm on my phone when I'm at work. I just can't Snapchat because we have terrible reception.
I mean, I technically don't get graded for pit orchestra, but...
But, like, it's kind of important for the show, so you should try.
Yeah, and that's why I don't talk to people during pit orchestra rehearsal. By the way...
that's why you don't talk.
That is the reason, but, for those of you that don't know, I think I mentioned it before, but I do pit orchestra for The Little Mermaid. That's the school musical this year. And
I'm so proud of you.
Even though I got second violin out of 2.
Second out of 2, that's 100%!
We have talked about this before because you made that exact pun.
It's not really a pun, it's just mathematical truth. Although that is coming from
fallacy.
The girl that failed AP Calculus.
Which you tend to bring up a lot.
I just think it's funny. I think it's... honestly, it's me knowing my limits, because I told my counselor at the beginning, I was like, this class is going to be too hard for me, even if I put 100%. And I'm pretty sure for the first... I'm going to say the first half of the semester, and then my grade got to the point where it was like, point of no return, so I stopped caring. I put like 120% into, I'm going to need to know what that is about in a second. I put like 120% into that class, and I still failed. So, yeah. That's me knowing my limits, and my counselor just ignoring me, which is, fine. It's totally fine. But I just think of it as a giant meme now, like, oh, really, I failed AP Calculus, well, I could have told you that one from the start. Anyway, what were we talking about? 2 out of 2, violin.
Yeah, we were talking about violin because we were talking about hobbies.
I wasn't really, I tried a lot of things when I was younger, and I wish my mom had made me stick with something. Because, at this point, I was a Girl Scout for a few years, and then I decided I didn't like it, so I quit. I was a dancer for a while, and then I decided I didn't like it, so I quit. I played softball until I decided it was too hot. I played soccer for a really long time, and then I just kind of, stopped after freshman year. I debated for 2.5 years, and then just stopped, and it's there wasn't ever anything that I did tumbling for a few years and then stopped. But there was nothing that I really, should push me to stay in, which, I don't know, it's kind of hard moving to, a bigger city than the one that I grew up in, just because there's not, those people that I was in band, and then I quit that, too, but, there's no one I can just, oh, these are my people because we like this same activity. I didn't have that, so I feel like if I had been forced to stay in an activity, it may have been easier for me to make friends when I first moved here. That being said, I moved here 3 years ago. I'm fine, almost 4 years ago now. I'm doing great. I'm thriving-ish. And I'm not a lonely person. I just think it would have made my life a little... Okay, whatever. Don't give me that face. I just think in the beginning it might have made my life a little easier.
I definitely agree with that, but also, I don't really know if I would have stuck with anything, because a lot of the things, like I said, are sports. I did try archery for a little bit, and it's still something I enjoy doing, except I don't have my bow or my arrows anymore, because my arrows I shot through the neighbor's fence, and so, yeah.
I was also into archery for a while. Super into archery. Which is interesting.
It was probably because of the Hunger Games series, if I'm being honest with you. For me, at least.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god! I think mine was too, because I'm thinking about, when I got into it, and when I got into the Hunger Games series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rachel's having so many life discoveries on this podcast. Why is Rachel talking about herself in the third person? I don't know. I'm gonna stop now.
Alright, thanks.
Thanks. Okay, so I know it's an old vine, and I know it's so overused, but it is my favorite vine in the world, and it just makes me happy, and I constantly am just going, thanks.
Alright, so I have a story to tell with that vine. So, I have a cousin, fun fact. One of my cousins, we, is one of the ones that, got us not necessarily into Vine, because we were all, small children when Vine was a big thing, and then when Vine died, we were, just getting into Vines and stuff. But, so we would watch Vine compilations on YouTube all the time, and so, and so the avocado one, thanks, would always, be something we could all, joke about all the time.
Favorite. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And it's dumb, but it is my favorite thing in the world, and I don't even like avocados.
But here's the thing. For her birthday,
you got her an avocado!
We got her an avocado, and she opened the bag, and she was like, "It's an avocado! Thanks!" And then my grandparents were so confused. It was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I know it's an old vine. I know it's a cringy vine. It is my favorite thing on the planet. Like, it just makes me so happy. It's just like the little kids. Thanks! It's like when someone points out that you've had, like, a tag sticking out or something, and it's been all day, so, like, I don't know, like, you have toilet paper stuck to your shoe or something, and you've been walking around like that for a while, and then someone's like, hey, you got something on your shoe, and you're just like, thanks! Oh, voice crack. Thanks! And it's, oh my god, it's so good. Anyway. It's my favorite thing. I'm sorry. Ugh.
I thought your favorite thing was flipping the calendar.
That's my favorite. Listen, that's my favorite thing this week. This is my favorite thing of, like, all time. It's just, it's so good. Oh my god.
Alright.
It's so good.
I know it is.
I'm a mess. I'm overreacting about this.
It's alright.
Caffeine, everyone. The struggle bus. We are still writing. Anyway.
Is that what the episode's gonna be called?
I haven't figured that out yet. I'll figure that out.
We'll see if there's anything else interesting that comes up.
Maybe Leo's the bus driver on the struggle bus.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, I was at work today and I said, man, sometimes my brain is so creative, I should be an artist. And my coworker goes, or a criminal.
What a move.
Yeah, because we have these, like, chalkboards that we spray with water to, like, get the... Because we have chalk pens, if that makes any sense. We don't use, like, chalk, we use pens. And, like, when you spray it, the ink from the pen, or, like, the chalk just kind of, like, spreads out in the water, and it looks really cool. And I was like, oh, look, it's abstract art. It's so cool. My brain is fantastic. And she was like, something like that. It's like, thanks.
Thanks.
Maybe it'll just be like, struggle bus. Thanks. That's the episode title right there. I'm gonna write that down because that's gold.
I feel like that's something that you do with Twitter drafts. You're like, in the middle of the night, you think of something and you put it in your Twitter drafts, and then you're like, you wake up and you're like, what does this mean?
Oh, I usually know what I mean when I, like, put a random title in the Google Doc. Speaking of Google Docs, can I vent?
Yes, you can.
Do you know what I'm going to vent about?
I don't know. Can you?
Wow. First of all, I need to vent about that. Second of all, do you know what I'm about to vent about?
Yes, I do, because I can see what you wrote about on the document.
Okay. The Google Docs, like, title section, when you're on the document itself, they changed the font. Like, in the upper left-hand corner, they changed the font. And now it looks like, a little Comic Sansy. And I don't know what font it is. Maybe if I copy and paste it into, like, the actual doc, it'll tell me. Nope, because then it just goes straight to Arial. But it's not an Arial font, maybe it is. What? No, it looks wrong, okay? And it bothers me so much. Like, why would you ruin such a good thing when it was fine, okay? It was fine. And then you changed the font. Why, Google? Why?
So this has been another episode of Rachel not being able to embrace change.
We already knew that.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, that's my venting on Google. Okay. Do you agree that it's, like, the font has changed? Or am I just...
It has changed.
Okay, good. So when I first saw it, I was like, maybe I'm just losing my mind, which is definitely possible. But then I stared at it and I was like, no, I think I'm right here. So I want you, all you listeners, to go look at your Google Docs title thing in the left corner and tell me if that bothers you. Because it bothers the heck out of me.
Really? I couldn't tell.
You should pay more attention.
Or you should be able to pick up on my sarcasm.
Or I was giving sarcasm back to you. Speaking of back to you, let's talk about the questioners. That's a word now, questioners. I mean, I guess it
Howdy,
makes sense.
questioners.
Howdy, questioners. Welcome back to Perspective Z. We're off brand. Moving on. Let's talk about the questions you guys asked back when we asked if you had questions. Sure, that's a segue. Our first question is from @DragonLance444, and they ask
447.
447. And they ask, have either of y'all played Smash Ultimate, and if so, what do you play as? I don't play Smash Ultimate because I don't have a Switch. I'm working on getting one. It's a process. Everything's a process. Struggle bus. But when I play Smash, or like when I used to, when it was on the Wii, yeah, that was, I want to say like that was a while ago. I'm old, but I know there are people significantly older than me that listen to that and they're going to be like, really, Rachel? Really? So anyway, I used to play it on the Wii, and I would usually main as Kirby. Just because.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot of people main as on Smash Ultimate. I don't have it either. My brother does. He's invited me to play several times, but homework is a thing. So yeah, I don't have a main.
That makes me sad.
The part that I have homework or the part that I've never played Smash before?
Yes.
Both. Okay.
What's the next question, Katrina?
The next question is from Emily Hoffman, and she asks, who is your favorite Carlin brother?
Why do I feel like we have the same favorite Carlin brother?
Because you said what we should say.
But do you
in parentheses
agree?
Next to the question.
You agree, don't you?
I mean, he's not really a brother, though.
I don't think I'm wrong here. My favorite Carlin brother is Luke. I know that's not what you were going for, Emily, but I don't want to pick between the two because I don't like doing that.
Between the three. Did you just forget about Tyler, Rachel?
No, I actually forgot about Ben. Oof.
This is what happens when Rachel is living off of caffeine.
Struggle bus. Honk honk. No, it's like, you know, Jonathan and Tyler, poor middle child. It's always forgotten.
You forgot the middle child.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't have to feel that bad about it because I know he doesn't listen because he has, like 2 businesses to run.
Watch him listen and, comment. Hey, Ben, Carlin, if you're listening, please tweet at us and just roast Rachel. You have every right to.
I'm riding the struggle bus. Anyway, who's your favorite Carlin brother?
I mean...
Now you have to say Ben to make up for it.
I'm gonna say they're all my favorite, because they all have their good qualities, and they all have their bad qualities.
I mean, that's why I said Luke. I don't really like picking a favorite between, especially siblings. Like, I don't know. I think it's just kind of mean.
Yeah. Are you saying the brothers aren't cute?
No, I was trying to say Luke is so cute, and I ended up almost saying cute is so Luke. Struggle bus. Anyway.
Solid. Anyways, what's our next question, Rachel?
Take a drink of water every time I say struggle bus this episode. How about that? We'll play that game.
Water.
Yes, water, because staying hydrated is important. We are a family-friendly podcast, and we're both underage. So, water. Our next question is from @Melmic222, and she asks...
Hi, Mom!
Hi! Mom night? Am I allowed to say that?
Sure.
Mom night? We'll go with Mom night.
You can just say Kidzu's mom.
No, I'm not gonna do that. And she asks, do you know your love language? If so, what is it? I do. Do you?
I do.
Okay. I am a, touch and gifts are my 2. Of receiving love.
Yeah, mine actually aren't the same as yours.
Interesting.
Mine are
Wait, can I guess?
I
was gonna guess words of affirmation, and service. No, quality time.
Quality time and words of affirmation are mine.
So if you don't know what love languages are, have we talked about this actually? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Love language, there are 5 of them. Words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, gifts, and physical touch. I got all 5, right? I didn't double name them. Okay.
I think so.
And basically it's just like how you give and receive love, but how you give love may be different than how you receive love. So for example, when I give love, I do it through acts of service, but when I receive love, it's through like physical touch or gifts.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'm good at giving, because I'm not good at talking to people or doing things for people.
I would say quality time, even though you're like an introvert.
Yeah.
I feel like you value like quality time with people. Like your mom, your mom, that, I don't know how to English. You and your mom watch like Gilmore Girls together, which is like quality time bonding.
Also, the way that I found out, because I think I took a test, not a test, I took a personality quiz when I was little about, like, what your love language is, but then I forgot what I got, and so I was like, I don't really know what my love language is, and my parents are like, it's words of affirmation, and I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, and they said, when someone gives you a compliment, your eyes automatically light up and your face gets really red.
That's true.
And I was like, that happens to everyone. And then they said, no, it doesn't. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree that yours is words. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a fun question. I like that.
Yeah. I like love languages. I like hearing what other people's love languages are. So, if you want to leave us a comment down below.
Down below, tweet us, comment on YouTube, comment on Podbean.
Or something else that we'll be announcing at the end of this episode.
You can't comment. Oh, wait, no, that. I thought you were talking about the one. That, the other thing we did this week that we already announced on Twitter. Not the thing we haven't announced on Twitter. Stick around. We've got some announcements at the end. Anyway, what's the next question?
The next question is from New Year, New Mats, and he asks, who do you think would win in a fight between a grilled cheese sandwich and a taco?
That depends. Is it a soft or hard shell taco? Because if it's a soft shell, then the grilled cheese would win because it would just, like, smash it.
Overpower.
Yeah. But if it's a hard shell, I think the taco might win.
If you're asking for our favorites, I like tacos better.
Oh, I like grilled cheese.
But if you're asking for... Alright.
Only if I have tomato soup with it.
That's fair. But also, if you're saying who would win in a fight, I would probably say grilled cheese because it's thicker with 2 C's.
Thicker. No, see, here's my thing with, I would agree with that if it is a soft shell taco, but I think with a hard shell, it would be like, it would break and would be pointy, so it could like stab the grilled cheese, and that's kind of a critical hint. Nope, critical hit. It's typos out loud.
That's called not speaking English.
I don't do that. I don't. What? What's? I ask the next question. I think I just accidentally. Yeah, no, I accidentally deleted 2 questions. Oopsie, fixed it. At Sweet Slytherin G asks, what is the most important thing you think older people need to know about Gen Zers? Wow, I am really struggling with English today. We're not all Tide Pod eaters.
Yeah, because there are, like, I feel like I think we've talked about this before, but I think there's older Gen Zers and there's younger Gen Zers. Young Gen Zers are the ones that, like, relate to certain YouTubers and, like, eat Tide Pods and do all
TikTok.
All the TikTok, Fortnite. I mean,
Flossing.
There are older, aka my brother.
It's weird that, I mean, it's not weird, you guys aren't that far apart in age, but, like, it's weird to me that you guys are the same generation, just because You act so different. But to be fair, he is a younger boy, and the maturity level is different between, like, a younger guy and an older
Ain't
female.
that the truth?
Okay, we can save that tea for when he won't be hearing this podcast. I'm kidding. I love you, brother Knight. I don't know if he wants his name said on the podcast. But I would say another thing I would want them to know is we're all working really hard. And, like, we are doing the best we can, which is, obviously, everyone's doing the best we can, but I think, specifically with our generation, there is so much pressure to perform well in, like, school and athletics and volunteer and have a job and just, like, do it all. And, like, we're all doing our best, but we're one person. Well, we're one person. Each person, like, each of us is doing our best, but there is only so much you can do in a day.
Yeah. I feel that way with teachers that give you a lot of homework because they're like, oh, there are 24 hours in a day, but, like, we have so much pressure put on us to do all this, like, to do community service and get involved in stuff, which is important stuff too, but if you're giving us, like, a ton of homework in addition to all of that and needing to sleep.
What's sleep?
Never heard of her.
Who's she? Well, yeah, no, like, I am in a few AP classes, and my teachers seem to think, for each class, that I can spend all weekends studying for their class, which would be fine if it was just one class or teacher that expected that of me, but it's literally, like, I have 3 teachers that were like, it's fine, you can just study all weekend for my class, you don't have anything else to do, and I'm like, first of all, thank you for just assuming I don't have a life. I mean, you're right, but,
What a mood.
But, like, my Chinese teacher wants me to study all weekend, my AP US History teacher wants me to study all weekend, my AP Chem teacher wants me to study all weekend, my Anatomy teacher wants to study all weekend, so that's 4 classes. I don't have that much weekend. I just hit my mic. I don't have that much weekend, so, like, it's always just frustrating to me that older generations don't realize we have other things. And maybe that's more of, like, a teacher-specific thing, but I think in general there's just so much pressure on us, and I need people to know that we are trying our hardest, to the point that, like, the rates of teen anxiety and depression are skyrocketing because we are stressing ourselves out so much about it. We do have one more question if you want to ask that one, Katrina.
This question is from your sister.
Hi, sister. She finally listened to a whole episode.
I don't know.
No, she did. She texted me and told me, and she was like,
"Oh,
my brother-in-law actually texted me in the middle of listening to one of the episodes and said, 'What is a bop?'" So,
I mean, our second episode is when we do all the teenage slang terms, so
that's true.
If they keep listening,
yeah, they'll get there. Maybe. It's just because I told her she's not allowed to guest until she listens to at least one episode. Or actually, she asked to guest, and I said, have you even listened to an episode? So, like, maybe my sister will guest, maybe she won't. We'll figure it out.
We'll see. We could have a siblings episode.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah. Anyways, your sister asked a question, and she asks, how do you pronounce GIF?
You want to say it?
And we talked about this on our first episode.
I'll censor over it.
Should we say how we say it on the count of 3?
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of want to censor over it just so it remains a mystery as to how we say it. So just 3, 2, 1, beep! Please note, if you hear a beep, that was not us cursing.
That was us
saying...
keeping our
GIF
secrets hidden.
We have a lot of secrets.
Do we? I mean, I was called Secret for a while.
That is true, because no one knew your name. Except you messaged me and told me your name at one point. When you were still McKinsey to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why you did, but you did. I think it's because I added you on Snapchat.
No, you deleted Snapchat.
I have it now, though.
I know you do.
Oh, yeah.
Because you Snapchat me all the time.
I have some bombs.
With your new...
my new boyfriend. The mannequin. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about how to pronounce GIF.
Oh, right. Okay, so I noticed we skipped over Twitter trending, but that was kind of intentionable. Wow, I need to just stop talking. I'll let you talk the rest of this episode. Go ahead.
I can't.
Ugh, I believe in you. We were going to talk about trending on Twitter. We'll pretend I didn't try and stick an R at the beginning of Twitter and roll with it. But there's literally nothing trending, so we're just ignoring that for now and moving on. Cool.
Alright. What should we do now?
Can it be time for our favorite segment on this podcast? Let's take a Buzzfeed quiz!
It can!
Yes! What's this week's Buzzfeed quiz?
This week's Buzzfeed quiz is eat at McDonald's and we'll tell you which iconic Disney villain you're most like.
Can I just say the subtitle for it, or like the little comment under it says, "No one eats 25 McNuggets like Gaston."
Honestly,
mood.
It's funny because I have a friend that is
listening.
I have a friend that's listening to our podcast and stuff, and she was listening to the second episode, which is when we talked about teenage slang terms and stuff and how often we say it and stuff. And let me say that we have both started using those words a lot more since that episode, because she was like, I forgot that episode was in August, so I was listening, and I'm like, Katrina, you say that all the time.
That's hilarious.
So
we're breaking out of our shells. We're becoming real teenagers. Insofar as on a Saturday night, we're both sitting in our bedrooms recording a podcast.
That's what normal teenagers do, right?
Yep. Anyway, the BuzzFeed quiz.
None of the pictures are loading for me, so I'm gonna have to... Yeah.
Well, I will go ahead and read the first question, because it's words, it's not picture. Pictures. And you can, catch up, because we're talking about McDonald's. You can catch up when yours loads. The first question is, what are you drinking? Coffee, Coke, Sprite, smoothie, water, root beer, chai tea, frappe, iced tea, or Diet Coke? I mean, like, of these options, I guess a Coke, but my go-to pop caffeine of choice is Mountain Dew.
I'm probably gonna have to say Coke too, because I drink Dr. Pepper as my go-to.
Yeah, it's just like most McDonald's that I go to either have the like cool Coke machines that you can pick whatever, or they have the, like the normal soda, what is that called? Soda fountain. They have like a normal soda fountain, but my favorites are the ones that have the multiple, because let me tell you what's really good. Raspberry High C.
I don't think I've ever had that before.
And Raspberry Sprite. Both very good. Raspberry Sprite kind of tastes... Oh my gosh. Wait, Shirley Temple is with, like, cherry, right? So if you did a cherry Sprite, would you be making a Shirley Temple?
I think so.
Life hacks.
But you don't get the cherry in the...
That's sad.
Drink.
I remember the first time I had a Shirley Temple, my dad ordered it for me when we were at this steakhouse on our way to the daddy-daughter dance, and I didn't realize it was non-alcoholic, so I was like, wow, this really is a special night. Dad's letting me drink. I was, like, in 2nd grade. And I just, like, thought that was a thing that, like, I didn't really fully understand the concept of, like, legal drinking age. I thought it was just kind of like when your parents said it was okay. So I was like, whoa, this really is cool. It was a Sprite with some cherry syrup in it. But anyway, that was when I discovered that a Shirley Temple is just very much not alcoholic. Did yours load finally?
Yeah, it did.
Awesome.
The next question is, what are you eating? Happy Meal, Big Mac, Chicken Nuggets, McWrap, Filet-O-Fish, McGriddle, Cheeseburger, Quarter Pounder, Snack Wrap.
Okay, I was really, really into the McWrap for a while. Like, super into the chicken McWrap.
I don't even know what that is.
Always fried, never grilled, because why would I order something healthy and then grill it? No, you fry it. You gotta at least balance out your unhealthiness. It's basically like a chicken salad in a tortilla. It's pretty good, honestly.
Oh, I think I've seen pictures of it.
I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between a Happy Meal and a cheeseburger, though. Because, like, if you get the Happy Meal, you get a toy.
Oh, for sure.
But if you get a cheeseburger... No, I'm gonna go Happy Meal because I actually don't like cheeseburgers. I always ask for a cheeseburger without cheese.
Me too!
Yeah, I get the number 6, which is a 2... is it a 6 or a 9? I can't remember. Whatever one, which is 2 cheeseburgers, and then I go, can I have that without cheese? And they're like, so you want hamburgers? And I'm like, yes, exactly that. Thank you. Because I just want the, like, meal that comes with it. Like, the fries and a drink. But if you just buy 2 hamburgers, because you can just buy, like, hamburgers, you have to pay separately. Like, you have to pay for each thing separately. Yeah. And that's more work. So I always just say, cheeseburger meal, no cheese. Mm-hmm. The next question is going to be, your side?
I didn't answer,
I didn't.
Rachel.
I did, actually. What's your answer?
Chicken nuggets, because I'm basic and I love chicken nuggets.
So in 5th grade, I was in Springfield, Missouri for a math competition, and we were eating at this place that we all called, I can't remember off the top of my head what it's actually called, but there's this restaurant, and we all called it the Rotating Root Beer because their sign, where they had the name of the restaurant, was a rotating root beer float. So, anyway, we were playing Truth or Dare, but it was like 5th grade Truth or Dare, so it wasn't that much. My dare was to, as we were leaving the restaurant, like, bang my head up and down like a rock star and go, I love chicken dinos! So now I can't think about chicken nuggets without thinking, I love chicken dinos!
Oh my gosh.
This is coming from the same girl that thought a Shirley Temple was an alcoholic drink. But yeah, that's what I think of when I think of chicken nuggets.
Solid.
The next question is, your side? Fries, hash browns, fruit and fiber muffin, garlic parm fries, poutine, apple slices, yogurt tube, chicken nuggets, or salad. I haven't heard of half of these things, so I'm pretty sure a Canadian makes this quiz, because our McDonald's do not have poutine.
Yeah. I could get chicken nuggets with a side of chicken nuggets.
Tell me how that works out for you. You can't eat 25 chicken nuggets like Gaston.
Watch me.
I am. We're currently on a video call.
I can't see myself, though, because the monitor's black.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh.
I can see you, though, and that's all that
matters. Okay. Well, yeah. True.
Wow.
What'd you answer?
Chicken nuggets.
I said fries. You like fries with that? What's that from? What's that called? Good. Is it from Good Burger?
I just got major middle school flashbacks. Hold up.
I'm holding.
It came and went. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
Alright.
What is the next question?
The next question is, of course you get dessert. Oreo McFlurry, apple pie, M&M McFlurry, hot fudge sundae, triple berry pie, vanilla shake, hot caramel sundae, none, or cookies.
I'm deciding between apple pie and cookies, because their apple pies are really good, but their cookies are also really good.
I chose cookies. I'm disappointed chicken nuggets wasn't an option.
I'm gonna go with apple pie.
Alright.
The next and final question is, who is your dinner date? Rihanna, Beyonce, Zac Efron, I already know what you're gonna pick, Michelle Obama, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Tina Fey, Billie Eilish, or Chrissy Teigen? On the one hand, Zac Efron. On the other, Michelle Obama, and on the third, Chrissy Teigen. I have 3 hands now. Just roll with it.
Can I not do this and say Rachel?
Kidsy, you're my favorite. You really are my Valentine.
Are you sure your mannequin boyfriend isn't your Valentine?
He's up there. Remember, according to Ethan, you get 1 Valentine for every year that you've been alive, so I get 7.
And I get 5.
Have we not explained the ages on this podcast?
I think we probably have.
Halfway? Okay. just for those of you that aren't aware, ages go: when you are 15, you're 5. When you're 16, you're 7. When you're 17, you're 12. When you're 18, I think you're still 12. And then when you're 19, you're 16. When you're 20, you're 18, I think. When you're 21, you're 21. And then you're 23 if you're 23, 24, 25. After that, you're like 30-something. Who'd you pick?
I'm trying to decide still.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of these people are super fit and they judge me for eating so many chicken nuggets in one sitting. It's my only issue. Because Michelle Obama has a health kick and I don't think chicken nuggets are very healthy. And then all of these people have like 6-packs. So I really wish I could pick Rachel as an option because she wouldn't judge me for eating so many chicken nuggets. Actually, that's not true. She'd judge me because she judges me a lot. Billie Eilish is the closest to my age, though, I think.
Why do we do these quizzes? Both of us are bad at making decisions. This is an exercise in decision making. That's what we're doing.
Sure. I think I'll go with Billie Eilish because she's the closest to my age.
I am shocked. Was Zac Efron even in the running?
You'll hear my reasoning when you're editing.
Oh, okay, that's fair. So, I got my answer. Did you get yours?
Yes, I did.
What's yours?
What's yours?
I'm disappointed with mine. It's Chernabog from Fantasia, which is a movie I've never seen. Some may think you're dark, twisted, and just plain evil, but give you a happy meal and your mood will turn right back around. And you know what? Yeah, okay, that's pretty accurate. Maybe I need to see Fantasia. What'd you get?
I got Ursula.
Oh, I love Ursula. That's actually hilarious, because Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, yeah, that's what I was thinking. My description is, those poor unfortunate souls behind the counter won't know what to do when you demand your M&M McFlurry, even though the machine is broken. Please, you won't let them scam you. You're the one who does the scamming.
Fair. I'm just like, sometimes I scroll down to see some of the comments just to see what people are saying. The first 3 are just the like, say your name 10 times, say your mom's name 5 times, say your crush's name 3 times. You have to pace this on 4 other quizzes or you're gonna die!
Remember when you were young and you thought those actually worked?
I do. Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah. I don't know why I keep saying yeah. Anyway,
I mean, we can just go and we can do announcements.
Yes. It's time for announcements.
And we can end the episode after we do announcements.
Announcements. Anyway, I went to a camp where we had to sing an announcements song anytime there were announcements. So that's actually been a thing at like 3 of the camps I've been to, now that I think about it. Because it was a thing at the church camp I went to. It was a thing at a different church camp that I went to. It was actually a friend's church camp. And it was a thing at a, I don't even know how to describe it, just like another more school-focused camp that I went to. Announcements! What are our announcements? We have so many announcements this episode. Holy cow.
We have 3 announcements.
3 whole announcements, guys. Aren't you glad you stuck around till the end? I know I am. I had to be here anyway.
So, do you want me to announce the first and the third and you the second, or vice versa?
Vice versa.
Alright.
Okay, so, actually, let's build. Let's build on this. I'm changing the order. So I'll do first and third and you do second.
Sure.
Okay. First, we are now on Spotify. That's announcement number 1. Turns out it was really simple and I just had to click a button. So it took me significantly longer to figure out than it should have. But we are now on Spotify. You can search Perspective Z and then scroll down to podcasts and we'll be sitting right there. I tested it out myself. It felt good to see the little purple Z.
Yeah.
I love the Z. It's cute.
It's cute, even though it's just a Google font that we put together last minute?
Actually, it's an Adobe, Photoshop font. Fun fact. I literally typed Z in, 30 different fonts, and then I was like, this one looks good. I'll turn it purple and cut it. And that is what we ended up with. Mm-hmm. What's our next announcement?
Our next announcement is, we have decided when our book discussion is going to be, so we'll let you know when I'm asking questions, because I'm the one that asks the questions. Yeah. Asks 4 questions. I have a countdown set on my phone every week, so, you don't have to worry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, when is our book discussion?
Our book discussion episode will go up on February 18th, which means that I will be asking for questions on the February 13th. So you can ask questions about Welcome to Night Vale. Let me tell you, I'm excited for this discussion because...
How much have you listened to?
I've listened to 3 chapters. How much have you listened to?
I haven't started it.
It's alright.
I'll get there.
Yeah. The thing is I kind of don't want us to be reading it at the same time because then we'll, try and automatically talk to each other about it.
So I'll wait another few days until you get a few more chapters ahead.
Yeah, because I want to talk to someone about it, but I can't really because I have to save all my thoughts for the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that I could talk to, like the person that suggested the book, but I don't know if he wants me to talk to him.
No, I think he listens to the podcast, and you should not talk to him, because then he won't get to hear the thoughts on the podcast.
I mean, yeah.
Awesome.
Our
third and final announcement.
What's our third?
It's one I am very, very excited about. Are you very excited
me too.
about it? You want to say it on the count?
I'm very, very excited.
1, 2, 3. We
started a Facebook group.
Which is exciting. Yes, if you go to facebook.com/group/perspectiveofz, you will find us. And
it will also be linked in the description.
Yes, that is a thing. Assuming I remember to put it in.
Well, no, you will, because you're editing this and you'll hear me say this.
I mean, honestly, towards the end, I just kind of, skim over the editing, and I'm like, yep, sure, that sounds good, there's a giant space here, let me cut that out, and put in music and finish. But, yeah, sure, we'll pretend I listen to every word of this podcast when I edit. But, anyway, it is free to join, it is open to everyone, so we would love if you hopped in there. We are hoping to use it for feedback, for questions. We're going to start asking for questions on there as well as on Twitter. And,
also, you can just have general discussion with other... I don't want to say fans, even though that's what the name of the group is. Because I feel like it's weird. Listeners. Just have general discussion with other listeners, get to know them. There are a few people that we have that we already know and have invited. And it'll be really cool to see you guys interact and stuff like that.
You guys can meet Mombart.
Mombart isn't in there yet.
Yes, she is. I invited her so she didn't have to request it.
Okay. Yeah, and both of my parents are in there too.
Which, ironically, she's called Mombart, but her last name isn't actually Bartholomew.
Yeah, because...
So...
Yeah.
You're gonna have a fun time figuring out who Mombart is!
I'm pretty sure she'll make it clear, but...
if you look at her profile picture, we look the exact same. It's not hard to figure out who Mombart is.
Also, your sister and you?
Yeah, no, we all look the same. So does... My niece looks like my sister, which means my niece looks like me. We have the same nose, we have the same little forehead thing that happens, and the same chin. Mm-hmm. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, that is this week's episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be going into this exhausted.
Yeah.
Not even exhausted. It's not exhaustion. It's just, tired. It's not, I've had a really long week and I haven't gotten any sleep. It's literally just today has been a long day. I want to go to sleep. But anyway. Ready to wrap up?
Yep.
This has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Katrina.
And that's been Rachel.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Doodles.